Hello, Mr. So. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, so last week we talked about taking Jeff to the grocery store and how that can be a really big struggle.
Yes.
And so kind of tell me how it went, this week when you took him to the grocery store. What were some of the goals or routines or rules that you had set for him?
Well, we just tried to make it like a quick trip instead of our usual, and I told him, Mommy just has to go in and get a couple of things, so we're not going to go down look at cereal or anything. I just need to grab 2 things, no candy, no nothing, and then we're going to go home. And if you're good, then maybe you can watch some TV.
Okay. So how do you think it went this week?
I think it went okay. It was just, that's not always easy to do, especially when, like, they're quick trips and it's when I'm busy and when he's kind of cranky, so.
So he was a little bit cranky during that session?
Yeah.
Or during that trip?
Yeah, because it's usually like right after I'm picking him up from daycare and I'm coming home from work, and sometimes I have a chance to like take him home, and wait before I'm preparing dinner with my husband's not home yet anyway, so.
Okay. So what went well that was better than how it usually is when you take him to the grocery store?
I think because I sat with him and said, like, before we even got out of the car, I'm like, Jeff, right, this is what we're going to do. And I think it was better because he knew if he was good, I wasn't going to give him food or anything, but he could watch his TV show when we got home. So I think that kind of gave him some incentive to behave and something to look forward to.
Yeah, no, that's good. So it's great that you set those rules and expectations. It sounds like he was a little bit better, but you did comment that he was a little more like fussy or agitated. Why do you think that was? You mentioned it was after daycare.
Yeah, because normally, like if I'm in a rush, I'm getting off work, I'm going picking him up, I don't know if he's like, maybe he's hungry or something, and yeah, I probably could pick him up like a candy bar or something, but that's not ideal. So I'm not really sure what I should do, but yeah, he was just like fussy after daycare and stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah. So maybe for the next time you go on a trip, that he is maybe a little bit hungry, after daycare.
Yeah.
When you guys get home, do you usually have a snack after daycare?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I
Okay.
probably think about that.
Yeah,
So.
no, for sure. So you mentioned candy. Yeah. So we don't have to do candy.
No.
It could be something simple like goldfish. That's something simple to bring. So it's not like an apple that could be going bad in your purse. So that's something to consider. Okay. Kind of have in the car, because maybe that'll make the trip go a little more smoothly next time. Yeah. So you are right. Having to do it right after when you pick them up from daycare because of how the evening has to go and being busy with your routine. But I feel like that might be a really good small change that you can make.
Mm-hmm.
That could be really helpful.
Okay.
With going to the grocery store. And then anything that you felt like you could have done differently during the grocery store trip that you could do a little bit?
Well, I could have the snack with me, and then because he's walking with me, so it's kind of hard to even if I take 2 minutes before we walk into the store and say, here's some goldfish or a cracker or something like that, eat this, and then we're just going to grab a few things and see if that helps his mood, because he's or even if I give it to him when he's in his car seat, and he can snack on it, I don't care if he makes a mess or whatever, but maybe that transition from putting him in the car and getting him to the grocery store, because I'm frantic, so I probably need to calm down because I'm always rushing, and that would probably make it easier. And if he has something in his stomach, he might not be so quick to throw a tantrum.
Yeah, that's good. And I think I might have forgotten to do this one. You mentioned one good thing that you did was setting that routine or the rules for him. What was another thing that you felt like you did well with this past week?
I'm kind of struggling with that.
No, that's okay. So, do you felt like, how did you respond to him? Because sometimes when you go to the store, it can be really overwhelming with him having tantrums and maybe raising your voice. Did any of that happen?
In Initially, yes. But then I think I was trying to remember and be mindful of it so that I didn't look like a crazy person like screaming at my kid at the store. But sometimes he pushes to that point. So yeah, I guess taking a second and remembering that I should just be level in my voice, and one of the things that I really try to do with him is have him look at me, because sometimes he's just like whatever, and so when I'm talking to him I need him to look at me and make sure that he understands that I'm communicating to him, not to the box of cereal or whatever.
And that's really good, so good job. So yeah, it can be hard to do that in the moment, so the fact that you were more mindful of that, that's really good. So with this next week, with the goals that you had set, with making sure you have a snack in the car for him, letting him eat that in the car so maybe he won't be as fussy, and then being mindful of that too with your voice and your tone, because the more you practice it, the better that you get with it. So you're doing a really good job.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, so one of the things I think I did well with the session was asking questions, being open-ended, and then helping prompting you when you're having a hard time.
Yes.
And then one thing that I could work on is probably giving you more opportunity to find those answers yourself versus me just kind of having to.
I totally blanked out that. But I think you did a really good job, actually, because that's a real life scenario.
Yeah, for sure.